documents at Sky Complex located along Buziga Road. Note: only shortlisted candidates will be contacted.
Hey guys, you're watching STV. Select for fun.
Good evening. My name is Latifa Hamid and welcome to Select News. We'll jump straight to the stories that met the headlines today, starting of course with the elections that happened today for the mayoral elections and the local council elections that took place, and people braved through these elections through rain and through sun, just like the presidential elections. Now when we look at the first story today, Arias Lukwago is the sitting Lord Mayor of Kampala, and he has attributed low voter turnout in today's election for local council leaders and mayors to failure of the Electoral Commission to conduct free, fair and transparent elections in the concluded polls. The incumbent Lord Mayor Arias Lukwago has noted a number of concerns that, according to him, has undermined the voting process that was held today in different parts of the country, mostly within the city.
Reports reaching STV indicated that delay of arrival of polling materials in areas of Wakaliga, coupled by low voter spirit. According to Lukwago, the voting process had a low voter turnout. The person of Lukwago is one that is received by a mammoth of crowds who danced in ululations at his mere sight. In rather heated mood, Lukwago took a victory walk together with his wife after casting his vote.
No, they cannot be so bold because no, the problem is that you have come with so many people fresh, but before you, others were so cold and they were seeing everything that was taking place. But the problem is that now we are overcrowded. Go the other way.
Amidst the voting of Kampala Mayor and Government Local Council councillors, the current Lord Mayor of Kampala, who is competing to retain the seat, has expressed his disappointment in the Electoral Commission delay of voting materials. Lukwago attributed the low voter turnout to loss of interest among the electorate following their disappointment with the Electoral Commission's declaration. He then proceeded to the polling station to cast his vote amidst ululation from his supporters. The voters in the area said low voter turnout has been as a result of poor conduct and monitoring of the process by Electoral Commission in the previous elections, as well as non-transparent tallying system, hence making ungrounded results declarations. Arias Lukwago, now vying for the third term in office, is mostly remembered during his first term in office when Lord Councillors wanted him impeached over abuse of office. Hasif Sechunga for STV.
Well, Salongo and Nalongo cast their votes in Wakaliga moments after the Honorable Nabila Nagai cast her vote in Buziga at 10 a.m. with a promise of empowering youth and women as soon as she is elected for this position. We have that story as well. Will be coming your way sooner or later. Now, moving forward with the next candidate, that is Jose Chameleone. Ugandans took to the ballot to vote leaders contesting in different positions, which include Lord Mayors and LT5 councillors. Now, Joseph Mayanja, also known as Jose Chameleone, who was among the 11 mayoral candidates, cast his vote in Mutungo. Now, he was there, and according to a few things that he said, he promised to hear the voices of the people and project them. We have that story.
Earlier today, STV traversed some parts of Mutungo in Kampala district, Chiduka zone, where one of the aspirants, Lord Mayor Joseph Mayanja, commonly known as Jose Chameleone, votes from. As it approached 11 a.m., Chameleone arrived at his respective polling station, subsequently proceeding to cast his vote smoothly. On arrival at the polling station, voters seemed to follow the SOPs, with this time around limited numbers coming to vote compared to those who participated in presidential elections last week on Thursday. Looking into the security situation, there was less deployment both on the streets of Kampala and voting centers compared to during presidential elections, plus the few number of people who were on their business. In our conversation with some of the residents of Chiduka zone, there was an expression of gratitude to their leaders.
First of all, our polling station genzezo kumako and aba positivity. Kuba wano wenkulidde wembadde abantu tubayisemu abantu omuntu okulonda mabukolachi bamumanyi. Twakeddewo sawa 10 sirabyewo bulyake sirabyewo kintu kyonna kyonna buli kimu kitambula bulungi nga mu kisanze.
While addressing the public, Mayanja promised to work for the people's interest if voted into power.
Tumumbeera gye bagala kuweerezebwamu. So omukyenti abantu bagezaako okukuumedde abantu bakedde abantu balonze. So change is coming all the way. Tuli mulembe mupya ogw'abantu abalonze ebintu ebyenjawulo. Tuli change oganje bayita smart generation. Twava kubiri ebikadde katwagala bintu bipya twakulowooza ng'omulembe gwaffe gufaanana. So ekinava mu kalulu kyonna neebaza abalonze baffe mwenna abalonze mwebale nnyo buli ddala.
It should be noted that there are 11 contestants vying for Lord Mayorship of Kampala, and the most competition is between Nupus Nabila Nagai Sempala and incumbent Arias Rukwago of FDC. Maria Dana Namido, Edith Nabagereka for Select News.
Well, as I mentioned earlier, Nabila Nagai, who is standing on the NUP ticket, was voting right here in Buziga. We have a story now.
Okulaba bannakampala olunaku olwaleero kangende nonde kanzijeyo ebyetaagisa. Voters right now in Gaba, they've just reported, they've just called the presiding officer, tearing like 4 ballots for certain individuals. They've just apprehended them. I got that report and sent somebody from a station that is in the vicinity of Machinde East, and they are already there. The cases are there. In Kabowa, they didn't bring ballots. They brought ballots of Kasubi to Kabowa. Then the Lord Woman councillors' ballots are lacking. They have shifted some people to Ndeba, those of Kavowa. So I think there is malpractice already. And I've just heard at Christ the King Civic Center around that area, the army has cordoned off. So we are not saying that because it's a local government election that is free and fair. I'll watch the space. The day is still early, so we will assess parties. So I think there is a problem, and I think NUP is being targeted unjustly, because when I looked at the confidence that Lukwago's team had around police, and they were released on bond in the night at 2 a.m., I wonder.
Well, we can see that she is voicing concerns similar to those of the NUP presidential candidate Robert Chagulanyi, who says he does not trust in the process of Electoral Commission, and he also argues that the results that came out are not right. Now, Nabila Nagai, as you have seen, is also contesting against the Electoral Commission and says FDC had a better standing with the police than NUP had and NUP ever will. Now, going to another candidate, and that is the famous Ragadi that all of us know, who is standing on the NRM ticket. Now, he also voted, and this is what he had to say.
The mayoral race that's taking place in the different parts of the country has attracted a number of candidates, but the most sought for is that of the Kampala capital city that has attracted 11 candidates, equivalent to that of the presidential race. Among the 11 candidates, the rest is being represented by 4 major candidates, representing 3 major political parties, plus 1 independent candidate. Arias Lukwago takes center stage, given his history in the position, followed by Nabila Nagai Sempala, whose popularity was derived from fighting against the age limits in the 10th Parliament and her ability to have scored the National Unit Platform Party card. The other 3 are defined by the popularity in music and media. Joseph Mayanja, aka Jose Chameleon, Daniel Kazibwe, aka Ragadi, and James Charles Senkubuke, a media personality turned politician.
Single S.
Charles Senkubuge is assured of a win due to the voting culture in Uganda, which is influenced by a candidate's popularity other than ideologies.
For me, all media houses, when we are told that this campaign is going to be virtual and on media, some people didn't think that it would work, but it has worked. The season belongs to the artists. There was a season when lawyers were being elected in Kampala. There came a season where doctors were being elected. This is a season for the talented people in Uganda, and I'm one of them.
Additionally, his personality as a 2001 presidential contender improves his chances of winning, he adds.
I would like to take this opportunity to tell His Excellency Yoweri Kaguta Museveni that the people of Uganda roared like lion. They made a statement. They wanted to be heard, and I'm sure you heard about them. Now, I'm a person who's been around for some time and witnessed the wars in Uganda. During the Tanzanian war, the Tanzanian soldiers left Bombo Road open, an escape route for the soldiers to run.
On the other hand, Daniel Kazibwe, who's on the NRM ticket, promises to focus on Kampala's transport system if emerges victor.
You're going round and about. So we remove roundabouts and we work on the traffic system. We create a Kampala transport policy.
Joseph Mayanja, who also rides on his fame, presents a tight position in the race. Shamira Nagawa, STV Select.
Elections are quite interesting. We have artists, we have media personalities, we have Arias Lukwago, who has been tag named Omulodi, and then we have Nabila Nagai, who has been tag named an Iron Woman in what we call the elections of the 2021 time, as a lot of people are deciding whether the ticking of the umbrella, the wave of the NUP, would be what helps Nabila Nagai beat Arias Lukwago in these elections. However, with the results that have just come in from our reporters, it looks like Arias Lukwago is leading in every part of Kampala. However, we'll be bringing you the details of the final results that will be read, and then you will see for yourself who is the winner of these elections. Now we'll go for a break, and then we'll be back with more stories. Stay with us.
Hey guys, you're watching STV. Select for fun.
We are hiring. The station seeks to recruit competent and trustworthy sales executive to grow advertising sales volume and reach its business targets. Key responsibilities include discovering and pursuing new sales prospects, negotiating deals through maintaining customer satisfaction, growth of TV portfolio, good proposal writing skills, impeccable integrity, and passion for the station. Qualifications: bachelor degree or diploma in business-related course. If you meet the requirements, please submit your application, detailed CV, and academic documents at Sky Complex located along Buziga Road. Note: only shortlisted candidates will be contacted.
Hey guys, you're watching STV. Select for fun.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we come back to the conversation of what is happening in the elections. And as we see, the elections did not go chaos-free as we had expected it to be. Now, the National Unity Platform supporters have boycotted voting in Chiram municipality due to the absence of their candidate on the ballot paper.
The National Unity Platform supporters have boycotted voting in Kira municipality due to the absence of their candidate on the ballot paper.
Akati tukoye obunanfusi tubakoye dedala era paka maiso ngaze tetugenda vawano
lwaki bamutadde kyalwajjala ate ngaali nono wekyalwajjala bamuteke tetukkiriza biba okulonda tukusazeemu.
Ita Maiso, the NUP candidate who is said to be missing on the ballot paper, is vying for the position of the LOC 5 chairperson in Wakiso district.
Candidate waffe takola ki taliiko kuliko ekifaananyi kya muntu mulala ne bamuwate n'akabonero kaffe aka umbrella n'olwekyo tugamba tetugenda kulonda paka ng'ebintu bimaze okutereera.
Tewatali Maiso tewali kansala ate okulonda kuyimirizibwe kuba badidde empologoma y'ekyaluwajjala bagireeseeni ne badira empologoma yeeno ne bagitwala ekyaluwajjala.
His absence on the ballot paper ignited chaos that could only be calmed by security intervention.
we line up according to our names.
Tata webale ekigambo kyoyogedde tata webale
Angry at the carelessness of the Electoral Commission, Peter's supporters swore not to vote until the error was rectified.
Polling station
Emmanuel nagamba Peter Mayuso njine abantu watadde ufomu ye wafu munamugongo 4 era ko munamugongo 2 okitegeera naye nawaliza empaka newa FDC yataddeyo naye mugamba yeye wa FDC nakolaki nakyusa.
The Electoral Commission has faced a number of challenges in the organizing the subsequent elections, from the presidential, parliamentary, mayoral and local councillors. These challenges are alleged to be the root cause to the few but visible chaotic scenes that happened. Caroline Lea Mukisa, Maria Diana Namiro, STV Select.
Despite that chaos, it remained calm throughout the various parts of Kampala as voting commenced in constitutional time by 7 a.m. except in except in unavoidable delays in some few parts. STV assesses voting processes as Ugandans vote for the councillors and Lord Mayors in Uganda after the presidential and parliamentary elections on 14th of January.
After the presidential and parliamentary elections on the 14th of January, today has been a day to vote for the councillors and Lord Mayors in Uganda. We took the responsibility to go and see what is happening in the different parts of the cities and know how elections are conducted. In many areas, the situation has been very calm and people were seen voting without any interruptions, especially in the areas of Makindye, Rubaga, Nakawa, Kira, Wakiso, among others, unlike on the presidential elections. The queues were also not longer as it was on the case on 14th. Security was not too tight like it was on the presidential election, and it was only police officers in charge, no military at all in many areas of the cities. It should, however, be noted that there are 11 contenders with 2 people on a tight competition who are Arias Lukwago, the incumbent on the FDC ticket, and Nabila Nagai Sempala, leaning on the NUP's ticket. Declaration of the winners is expected any time from now. Yani Arafat Musoke, Simon Chris Makanga for STV Select News.
I'll now take you to Nsanji, where at least 60 youths have been arrested and taken to court over charges of malicious damage to property during a riot that ensued in Nsanji town, just like I have mentioned. And the chaos came from the alleged fake news of the death of the Mitiana Municipality Member of Parliament, Francis Zake.
When the report of the death of Honorable Francis Zake spread, a group of youth took to the streets to riot. According to police, the youth hurried petrol bombs at the bus traveling from Masaka to Kampala City, which caught fire.
Made pronouncements on who had won the election. So after the pronouncements, a lot of issues started happening, and there was also that allegation that maybe Honorable Zake had been killed. So during those allegations, a lot of people started gathering up and throwing petrol bombs.
Akamotoka kajjanga abaana bwe bavaamu baali balina ebintu tunenga bambadde obukokolo bayisabise nga ne kamera etosobola kukola kikubategeera ne bakuba ki baasi ezaali wano nga bakasuka amacupa naye nga gaako omuliro nga tulina kukola kikudduka naye kituluma ennyo ffe ab'akatale bayola baana b'akatale bana batikuzi b'amatoke bonna bajjudde mu kkomera.
Honorable Zake was allegedly beaten and arrested by security forces as he tried to access the home of National Unity Platform leader Robert Kyagulanyi in Magere-Wakiso district, which was blocked off by the army. The youth then protested on Masaka Road, Royal District and Masaka City, but security forces quickly quelled the riots. The Kampala Metropolitan Police Deputy Spokesperson Luke Owesigile in his update said the protesters also attacked the police car in which a police commissioner was traveling and armed officers had to rescue his security. Agencies had earlier warned any person who would get involved in electoral violence would face serious consequences, hence the arrest and appearance in court today.
A lot of vehicles were affected, and these include UAB 119U, UAR 296Z, UAA 942L Global Coach, and a motor vehicle belonging to police, UP 7544. Lucky enough, none of the occupants of these motor vehicles got serious injuries, and many of them escaped unharmed.
The story of heroism of the bus driver who saved the lives of his passengers by driving to the nearest police post even when the bus was on fire has been applauded by many alike. We spoke to one of them in trying to understand the horror at the scene.
Ebitibye natomere byaliko omuliro ne bitta omupiira ndabirwamu z'omubbali bakubanya eyali ku muliro n'akuba endabirwamu y'esayidi eno eya passenger n'ajasa endabirwamu nene nnwana nnyo nga ninga yagala obbatomera ne batakwata basi kujoocha.
Tubadde tusaba gavumenti ekozesa obukugu bwayo gwe banaakwata nti kabisa yakikola bamuvunaane nga bwe kisoboka.
Luke urged those that have concerns to address them in court rather than take the law in their own hands.
We really call upon the communities in the area to keep out a watchful eye and also inform us whenever they see unknown people in the area or even people they know in the area that are doing bad things, because at the end of the day this affects their community. So we are here to work with them, not to put an iron fist on them. We are basically here to work with them, but we were able to do operations, counter operations after this incident, and we were able to arrest over 60.
Charges of illegal assembly, destruction of properties and probably attempted murder will be preferred for majority of these youths involved. The accused were sent to Chitaria prison facility and are expected to return to court on the 5th of February 2021. Maria Dana Namiro for Select News.
Very unfortunate incident indeed. Now still on security, police in Hoima district has arrested 10 unidentified men who are allegedly involved in vote rigging in different parts and polling stations in Hoima.
The police spokesperson in the Albertan region, Julius Hakiza, said the suspects were found beating up Mary Grace Mokesa's vehicle, a candidate in the Hoima mayoral race. According to the police, the suspects were allegedly dishing out money to supporters, while others were seen wreaking havoc and destroying property.
So, tuonjera mahoro twaura group ya Owesimbiroko wa mayor wa Hoima City wa Fraga Beara wa NRM abira inabantu babiri ni bakora operation and ni attacking a group ya omuchara Mary Mugasi na Owesimbiroko aba mayor aba independent.
Hakiza revealed that the suspects also threw stones at a policeman and a police vehicle as they tried to prevent the arrest.
Group y'abasigazi babiri ni batere motoka ya dawo kabin erikuruga mu group ya Mary Mugazi bire rwabagizi ba Mary Mugazi and bajatendo rwamo bayama drive bamutera drive ejesha ariachitana City Medical Hoima City Medical Hospital. So
The suspects are believed to be supporters of the NRM candidate, asserted that they are known residents of Hoima City.
Group ya mugazabene ibo bururu ngo birinde predictive force obururu bucebiri so ko twikiro twashanga atamo bururu cyonka bayinda kumizamo kurwandisa abasirikare so icyo tukozere twatera amasaze kurango abantu barugeho obagende. So
the Hoima mayoral race is between 4 contenders, including the NRM's Brian Kaboyo and independent candidate Mary Grace Mugisa, NUP's Rashid Kawakame, and FDC's Tumsime Ronald Muna. David Isingoma, Simon Chris Makanga for STV Select News.
Watching STV Select for Fun.
Kwerinda nkulu nnyo era omuntu asaanidde okwekuuma n'ebibye. Wano nno Eagle Eye Security and Technologies Limited weeviiriddeyo. Balina buli kika kya CCTV camera, alarm systems, bw'owa ekidduka kyo ng'emmotoka oba pikipiki, weefunire GPS tracking system okuva mu bakafulu bano. Balina fensi z'amasannyalaze, razor wire ne access control ez'enzigi. Basange Najjanankumbi, Entebbe Road, okumpi na Shell Kazi, opposite TNT Supermarket. Bakubire ku simu 0705 367 732 oba 0789 357 099. Eagle Eye Security and Technologies Limited.
Hey guys, you're watching STV Select for Fun.
We'll now give you an update on the international scene, where his term is at its end, and the U.S. President Donald Trump said farewell to Washington on Wednesday, but also hinted about a comeback despite a legacy of chaos, tumult, and bitter divisions in the country he led for 4 years. Now we know that Joe Biden and Kamala Harris have moved into the White House, and Donald Trump has given a promise that despite what is happening right now, he will definitely try again and see whether the country will elect him as the next president of United States. I beg your pardon, I'm thinking about sports because that's the next thing that we will be doing right now. Now we'll look at the sports scene and see what is happening there. Well, thank you for staying with us. When we look at the sports scene, Uganda Revenue Authority Football Club held a ceremony towards the launch of club activities and their roadmap. The occasion was graced by club patron Mr. James Msenguzi, who is also the Commissioner of Uganda Roads Authority.
Uganda Revenue Authority Football Club held a ceremony to launch club activities and the club roadmap towards the future. The ceremony held at Makerere Business School grounds in Nakawa. The guest of honor was the URA Commissioner and club patron John Musinguzi, who bought season tickets and performed official duties as club president, such as meeting the team, playing football and launching club activities.
Under 20 national coach, we are qualified before. Well done.
In his speech, the commissioner thanked God for the gift of life and also thanked URA Football Club for the job well done in representing the government parastatal in the football fraternity in Uganda.
This winning team for many years, and it is a team that brings us joy and glory as an organization. If I may borrow the words of Nelson Mandela, a great leader of Africa, he says that sports has the power to change the world. I truly share in this belief. Sports have a vivid, transformative and unifying power.
He also highlighted the importance of sports in nation building and argued about the difficulties brought about by COVID-19. From here, the Commission assured and promised the club of his full support towards its development and growth.
Activities have not been spared by COVID-19, and this has increased the club's operational cost. We understand the constant need to do testing, to sanitize, and to keep safe. So I'd like to pledge our total support to the club.
The football club chairman, Mr. James Chiza, highlighted about the ceremony aimed at handing over the club to the patron and showed his appreciation towards the patron who promised them his full support in all the activities such as building of a stadium, getting an ambulance, among other activities.
This morning, we were privileged to host our patron and took him through the club. It was the official ceremony of handing the club to him, brief him about those things that will take our club and the game of football in this country to the next level. We've talked about the infrastructure. You're all aware we have our land, 10 acres of land
It should be remembered, URA Football Club, coached by Sam Simba, was founded in 1997 and has won the Uganda Premier League 4 times and has kicked off well the 2020-2021 season of the Uganda Premier League. And this ceremony will take the club to greater heights. For Select Sports News, Saika Yasin, Sekarara.
That brings us to the end of Select News tonight. Thank you for staying tuned. Have yourself an amazing night, and we'll see you tomorrow again, same time, same place.